What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So just came across this. This is just off the press. This just happened. And Floyd Mayweather tweeted this: 18 years as a professional, and I'm still on top. Dedicated to my craft. Almost 20 years of hate and jealousy, and I'm still here standing. So that's how Mayweather was feeling. He tweeted this. In a twist of events, the great, marvelous Marvin Hagler replied to this exact tweet and said this: Floyd Mayweather, great fighter, but it's time to fight against Pacquiao. So I, for one, love this because, one, nothing but respect for the marvelous one, Marvin Hagler. I don't want to get too sidetracked. I will say this: if Floyd were to have fought in those days, he would have problems with Roberto Duran, possibly. Definitely Tommy Hearns. Just that height is a problem. Dealing with someone that height, that much power, that good of a boxer, and Marvin Hagler, obviously, because he was the man. These are all really, really terrible and difficult fights for Floyd Mayweather. However, I will say this: everything's fantasy. Even though Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler, I would say those would be harder fights for Floyd than Roberto Duran. Marvin Hagler lost to Bobby Watts. He also lost to Willie Monroe, even though he came back and fought Bobby Watts and TKO'd him later on in his career. It's boxing. Anything can happen. Marvin Hagler did have some draws in there. So it's possible Floyd could frustrate him. I don't see him stopping Tommy, the Hitman Hearns. I mean, Hearns got stopped by big punchers like Hagler. So I don't think Floyd has the size to get any of those guys out of there if they were to have fought. However, it's possible that with his defensive wizardry, he could possibly outbox him, stay out of trouble, cause him to miss, and win. But I definitely don't see him stopping either of those guys unless the conditioning was different back there, and because I mean they didn't have the stamina or something to continue. But anyway, back to this. I respect Marvin Hagler, and I'm glad that he stated this because I also agree with him. Floyd Mayweather is a great fighter, but enough is a fucking enough. We're all adults here. Let's just see this Mayweather Pacquiao. At this point, I don't even care who started it. I have my own personal beliefs as what caused this, who's behind the bulk of why this fight hasn't happened. But I'm beyond that. Fans dedicated to the sport of boxing who are buying tickets, memorabilia, T-shirts, pay-per-view events. We've suffered long enough. Fuck the Cold War. You guys are all adults. Get the fight and make it happen. The only exception that I personally have, Ego, has with this fight is if Pacquiao loses to Timothy Bradley a second time. And I don't want to hear, oh, Pacquiao didn't lose to Bradley, because on his record and on Bradley's record, it says Bradley W in his win column, and it says L for Pacquiao. So despite if you think Pacquiao beat him or not, the judges thought otherwise, so it is another loss. So that's the only way I don't want to see this fight happen, and it'll be a shame. But if Bradley beats Pacquiao next month, I don't want to see Mayweather and Pacquiao, because at that point, it really has lost all of its luster and intrigue to me, because Pacquiao can't thoroughly beat Bradley in a convincing fashion, or he can't avenge it after his performance with Rios. Then I don't want to see Mayweather versus Pacquiao at that point. And it's a shame because circa 2008, 2009, this was the fight to be made, and it would have been explosive, could have been explosive. But if he loses to Bradley, then I don't want to see this fight, because it really doesn't hold much merit if Pacquiao loses 3 of his last 4 performances. It doesn't add up to me. Other than that, if he looks spectacular or he has a tough fight with Bradley and then he still wins, then yes, make the fight happen. Like I said, fans have suffered long enough. Everybody fucking wants it. Every time I do a Mayweather video or go onto Ellie Seckback's channel or whoever's channel, and there's a Mayweather, there's at least one person in the comments that makes a Pacquiao reference. So Pacquiao Mayweather, the talks, the debates, it's alive and well. I'll put this video out. I guarantee you there'll be comments about Pacquiao, and I mean, obviously. And it's a fight that needs to happen. Fuck all the speculation. We could speculate all day as far as who would win Floyd Mayweather versus these fantasy motherfuckers. Oh, if Floyd fought Cotto Moore in his prime, if he fought Marvin Hagler, if he fought Tommy Hearns, Duran, that's cool. But those fights will never happen at this point. They're from a different generation. Boxing is a different business now. The landscape has changed. We can't see that. We could talk all day about, oh, Lennox Lewis, if he fought Tyson in his prime, not going to happen. Lennox Lewis, what if he fought Riddick Bowe? Not going to happen. Eric Morales versus Juan Manuel Marquez, not going to happen. I don't see those fights happening. They're fantasy fights, so they stay in that fantasy bubble. However, Pacquiao, Mayweather, they both fight. They're both currently active fighters. This fight can happen, and it should happen. Like I said, Mayweather says he's the best ever. Just prove it. Beat Pacquiao. This is the guy everyone wants to see you fight, and everyone wants to pitch you against. They say it'll be your most challenging fight. Pacquiao said he can destroy or beat Mayweather. Some people say Mayweather can't handle Pacquiao's speed, angles, footwork. It's an ongoing battle, and honestly, both fighters can beat other opponents, but this is going to be lingering in the background. If this fight never takes place, people are always going to be like, what if this happened? And, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers are going to have grandkids arguing about this later in life. And it's unfortunate that in life, everything, when the opportunity presents itself, no one takes it, and then it passes, then that's all you can do is speculate. But I want to end that speculation and actually have this fight take place to the point where it still makes somewhat of sense. And to me, my only prerequisite is if Pacquiao gets past Bradley. But if he does that, he passes that test with flying colors, shows the world that he should have won the first fight, then cool. Fight him. Fuck the Top Rank, Cold War with Golden Boy, fuck HBO and Showtime beef. Make the fucking fight happen. I want to see it. I've been wanting to see it. I have my thoughts on what I think would happen. But it's boxing, so fuck a thought, fuck a prediction. I've been wrong on predictions, just the same as some of you guys leave comments and been wrong on predictions. Let's see it. I don't want to talk. I don't care who started it. I just want to see the motherfucking fight. And again, I think if it doesn't happen, it's always going to have that black cloud because it's going to be a what if. Like, my favorite rapper of all time is Tupac Shakur. And I could tell you all day of what I think the industry would be, and Biggie is another one of my favorites. But Pac and Biggie are gone. They're no longer on this planet. So I could tell you all day what I think the scope would be in the music scene. Jay-Z would have never been as popular, but no one knows for certain because we can't obviously find out because they're dead and gone. So I don't want to deal with that type of speculation when it's perfectly feasible if motherfuckers get together, conduct business, put ego and pride aside, no pun intended, and make this fight happen. So shout out to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. I appreciate him. And it's good hearing a legend in the game, a living legend, and an old head who is highly regarded as, you know what I mean, definitely top 10 type of fighter, and have him speak up. So I appreciate it. I, for one, respect it and appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think. Marvelous Marvin Hagler replies to Floyd Mayweather. As always, hate, comment, or motherfucking subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.